Hey guys, back out in the eastern Cascades to do some mushroom hunting. It's the 14th of May, and those two large grand firs is actually where we found a couple, what was it, 2 weeks ago? So I was just walking around to these other two grand firs. This guy parked right here, which, if he's a mushroom hunter, it's not very good etiquette, because he definitely saw us here. But oh, look at this! Just as I said that. So I think I mentioned this last time, they love to hide in these chinkapin bushes, which are getting ready to flower out here. So it's a nice little mountain black. See another one there. Oh, I see a couple more inside of this clump of bushes. Let's see. Just carefully check on the outside here. Oh, here's one. And there's two in there. Alright, not too bad for a spot checked for the day. See what else we can get. Alright, so here we got a really interesting one. It's actually quite rare in this area. It does grow in these lower elevation valleys sometimes. And this is a larch. So this is that really bright green one you're seeing there. And the cool thing about it is it's a conifer that drops its needles every year. So it's deciduous. And you can see that this foliage has just come out probably 3 or so weeks ago. And before that, it was completely bare for the whole winter. And in the autumn, this foliage is going to go yellow and kind of orange. So that's a pretty easy one to identify. It has soft, I think, yeah, compound needles. Let's see. Maybe we'll see they come out like in little bunches. There you go, a larch. Alright, so we're just on the other side of the tree we're just picking by, which is that one. Got a nice larch here, but that's not critical to the morels. What is this large grand fir here. I found a little patch here. They're definitely a bit more progressed than 2 weeks ago when we were in this area. So this one's already actually trying to dry out a little bit, which isn't an issue. Once you start cooking, it'll rehydrate. Or you could just dry it all the way. Just use the smell test. Morels really get quite funky when they're starting to rot. So let's see. That one came out quite early. We probably could have found that 2 weeks ago. Oh, here's one. one's looking a lot better. Let's see. Oh, here's a couple more. You can see how different these look to the riparian ones. If you haven't seen those videos, go check that out. Quite a different hunt altogether. Come on, where are you? Now I see something there. It's just a little bump. But I got the feeling that that's not just a bump. Yep, definitely not. You guys see that? So they'll often do that, especially when it's a larger one. They'll push up the needle layer like that. Especially if there's lots of ponderosa pine needles, which there's tons around here. Alright, so it's a nice one. Here's another nice little grouping. Right by where we were just finding the other ones right there. So again, kind of circling this grand fir. So also right on the edge of starting to dry out, but you can see the lower half and the stipe is still perfectly fine. This one does have some worms. In fact, they're like little hopping insects that lay their eggs and the maggots eat through the mushroom. So in fact, a lot of times people will pick morels, and you can see the damage of that in there. People who pick morels will just pick them anyway and then soak them in like salt water, I think, to get the bugs to come out. But in general, I'd say mushroom hunters eat a lot of bugs, whether they know it or not. And this one's just completely gone. So there's the larva right there. Alright, so here's a few more. There's one there. Nice and fresh. This one's even better. And then this is one here. And there's a really young one there, looking quite white or tan color. And that's kind of what you would expect a really young one to look more in the main season. So that one potentially could get quite large. So you can see they grow in a kind of line. Here's a bunch of grand fir saplings with that kind of classic flat opposing needle shape. The needles are really blunt and soft. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.